I'm going to challenge each and every one of you in this room to take your leadership to a different level. This is a chance to say, time out. The opportunity is to step back and think about change you've got going on in your life right now. See, I've got zero interest coming in, telling a few jokes, giving you a few concepts about change or leadership, a little polite applause, and you go out the door. I'm here to make a difference in your life.
Dr. Gary Bradt. Embrace the opportunity change always creates.
Okay, so the ring and the rubble, here's the bottom line, folks. The bottom line is change is going to happen to us all. At some point, we're all going to go through a change we didn't ask for, we didn't want, but here it is, and it's going to take some of the plans we've made in life and reduce them to a pile of rubble. The question is, what do you do at that point? Because it's how you choose to react, and what you choose to think, and what you choose to do, it makes all the difference.
Change is no longer an option. In today's business world, change is the norm. To win when things change, organizations need to stick to the basics, the fundamental principles that lead to success. Dr. Gary Bradt is the preeminent expert on change and leadership. He is a dynamic speaker who inspires audiences to find the ring of opportunity buried within every change. In his energetic and entertaining presentations, he teaches audiences to apply his winning tools to achieve incredible results when things change. Dr. Gary Bradt. Embrace the opportunity change always creates.
Business example. Guy by the name of Richard. Let's see, this will be a little quiz for you guys. See if you guys know who this is, all right? Some of you will probably know. Guy by the name of Richard, young entrepreneur. Like many of you, started up his own business. He's very successful. His business, though, was selling high-end electronics, TVs, stereos, stuff like that. And he's got about 8 or 9 stores in the upper Midwest. Doing great. And then we talked about, when Mike introduced me, we talked about who moved my cheese and how your cheese gets moved. Bam! His cheese gets moved in a period of about 5 or 10 minutes. He goes from 8 or 9 stores, highly successful, to nearly being wiped out in about 5 or 10 minutes. Anybody guess what happened? Tornado. Tornado comes through his town, wipes out his largest, most profitable store, does a lot of damage to the rest of his inventory, damages his warehouse, the whole 9 yards. All right, this guy Richard now, he's in big trouble, right? I'm telling you, winners, when those kinds of things happen, they put very little energy into, oh, no, poor me, this isn't right, it's not fair, I built up my business, and the insurance companies. They immediately start thinking, where's the opportunity? Richard pulled his people together. He said, folks, we got a tremendous opportunity here we never had before. They're like, what are you, nuts? What's our opportunity? Richard goes, we can have a tornado sale. They go, what's a tornado sale, Richard? He said, a tornado sale is we take all of our damaged inventory, we fix it up as best we can, we discount it because it's somewhat damaged from the tornado, we open up our warehouses, we let people walk through our warehouses, we make it safe, but we let them pick some of the damaged but discounted inventory off the shelves. He goes, we could never do this before, but the tornado has afforded us this opportunity. Leading change also means you take risks. This was a risk to have this kind of sale, so he took his entire advertising budget for the rest of the year and put it into tornado sale, plastered all over town. Okay, the day of the sale comes. He looks out in his parking lot. What do you think he sees? I always have a few pessimists I've had, and they yell out, rain. It might have been raining that day. I really don't know. But you know what he did see? And by the way, I had somebody who works for this company who, happily, I've been telling the stories for years, but she confirmed it. She goes, oh, yeah, we still got the newspaper clippings up in our home office and everything. What he saw was a long line of cars. His parking lot was packed. He had a better response to this sale than he ever had before. Richard's no dummy businessman. He goes, well, gee, why? Why is this so successful? And he started thinking about it. He goes, well, what we did is we've been selling our high-end stuff at a high price. Now we're saying we've got high-end goods at a discounted price. Maybe we've been successful. But maybe this tornado has shown us how we can be a lot more successful. Maybe we should change our business model. High-end electronics at a discount. He did it. had 8 or 9 stores before the tornado, and because of his finding the opportunity after the tornado, do you know how many stores that chain has now? Well over 500. Some of you may have shopped there within the last few days. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I heard it. Best Buy. Best Buy basically got its start by being nearly wiped out because Richard Schultz, the guy that started Best Buy, was a winner, and he thought like a winner, and when things changed, he went looking for the opportunity. So my challenge for you, you might think I'm crazy. I don't know what your change challenge is. But my challenge is I'm telling you, there's opportunity there if you're willing to look for it. I don't know what it is, but you got to be willing to go look for it.
For years, Spencer Johnson, MD, endorsed Dr. Gary Bradt as the leading speaker and interpreter of his landmark business bestseller, Who Moved My Cheese? Now, McGraw-Hill has published Dr. Bradt's The Ring and the Rubble, an inspirational and practical business book filled with tools on how to lead yourself and others through change. Dr. Bradt has presented to hundreds of organizations around the world, using real-world case studies and powerful concrete ideas with immediate take-home value. Dr. Gary Bradt, embrace the opportunity change always creates.
This chair right here is the chair of resentment and regret and frustration and anger about the past. This chair right here is worries and fear about the future. Or maybe some of the people working with you, or maybe you, look like this on a daily basis. Oh, man. You know, this guy comes in, old Phil, he's coming into your store, here comes old Phil again. You say, Phil, why are things so bad for you? And he goes, I don't know, I guess if only my dad hadn't been an alcoholic, you know, I could have been something. Started off in a pretty good mood today, but if only I hadn't run into that traffic jam, the traffic just got me in such a bad frame of mind. You go, well, Phil, there's bad traffic around here every day. Have you noticed that? And no, Phil doesn't notice that because Phil is very good at tying into anything that has happened to him in the past that he didn't like or that hurt him. He carries it around like a burden on his back. It sticks to him like Velcro. And it's a shame that people carry this stuff on their back because they don't have to. They don't realize life's not a burden. You're creating it for yourself. There's bad stuff that happens, but you got to let it go. That's the chair of if only. If only I'd been a pharmacist, I wouldn't have to stand up here and carrying these stupid chairs on my back. I can tell you that. Others of us, not if only, but what if? What if I make some of these investments? What if I can't recoup my investment? What if all these nice models and concepts don't turn out quite as well as they should? What if the economy goes bad again? What if, and we create all this fear for ourselves? Reasonable questions, but you can research the answers and take calculated risk. But people who live in the what ifs, they carry their fear around for them. And, you know, oh, we're going on vacation next week. We're going to the beach. What if it rains all week? And in order to deal with change, you got to put both of these things down. Now, you know what the double whammy is? The double whammy is some of us do both of them. We do one of these things. If only my spouse hadn't left me. Uh-oh, what if they come back?
Now, why do we carry these chairs? You know why? I'll tell you what I would have done if I was running FEMA. I would have done this, that, and the other. I'll tell you what I would have done if I was up there on Capitol Hill lobbying. And it's when we carry these chairs, they also become weapons. They become a way of, well, you know, it's kind of going back to that claim, well, I can't help it. My daddy was this, and I can't help it because this and that. And it's like, it's a weapon. Do it in our personal lives, too. I've been hurt in personal relationships, but you know what? I'm never going to be hurt again. Come on, Pete, give me a hug. Come on.